Tonight's Gamebridge Super League match is presented by Tampa General Hospital. Tampa Bay and Lexington colliding here tonight. Tampa General is the region's only academic health system, which means at TGH, you have an expert team of doctors and physician scientists collaborating on your care, pioneering research in their fields, using the most advanced technology, and teaching the next generation. Tampa General, other hospitals practice medicine, we define it. Alongside Brooke Kirchhoffer, Michael Watring with you here this evening. Here are the standings in the Super League as we come on the air. These two teams bookend the table. Lexington can set the all-time record with a 12th in a row unbeaten tonight, while Tampa Bay, despite being unbeaten in its last 6, just 9 points, trying to get out of the cellar of the table before the end of the first half of the season. And Brooke, you look at this team. Unbeaten in 6, but that's 5 draws in this run.
Tampa Bay is one of the more physical teams in this league. They want to possess the ball and feel like they can attack Lexington's goalkeeper, Kat Asman, on set pieces and also beat them on the wide areas, specifically up the right side is where they feel like they have the advantage. And as you've seen, Tampa Bay is incredibly dangerous on these set pieces.
Tampa Bay is tied for the fewest goals in the league, but Sydney Nacelle, the reigning Super League Championship MVP, has goal contributions in 3 of the last 4.
Head coach Denise Schulte-Brown says she doesn't know how teams prepare for her. She's incredibly fast, can get to any ball in behind, one of the best 1v1 ability in the league, and arguably the fastest player with the ball.
Conversely, for Lexington, dating back to last year, 11 in a row unbeaten. They've only trailed for 77 minutes this year.
The reason why, they're one of the best possession-oriented teams in the league and have talent at every single position. They can attack teams in a multitude of ways. For them, they just want to play 90 minutes of consistent soccer. They know they're going to have to match the intensity that Tampa Bay will come out with. They don't want to be surprised by it and want to score first.
Lexington has the all-time leading goal scorer in this league, and Addie McCain. She's scored in 4 of the last 8. Add an assist in that mix as well. She has 5 goals and an assist.
She's hard to keep off the field because of her mentality. One of the best players in terms of ability, and what you love to have in one of your top players is consistency, and she brings that. 6 goals in 10 matches.
Tampa Bay dominated the series last year. 4 wins and 4 tries, plus 9 goal differential. But it's a new look Lexington side, looking to set the all-time Super League record this evening with a 12th in a row unbeaten. Will Tampa Bay be able to end that run tonight and make it 7 in a row unbeaten? We find out next. Starting 11s in the kickoff next.
Clark, amazing at assists. Gamebridge, the ultimate assist for your savings. But ever since they teamed up, she's taken assisting to a whole new level. Caitlin Clark, great at assists. Gamebridge, great at assists for your savings.
Tonight's match is presented by Tampa General Hospital. It's the Gamebridge Super League Week 13. Tampa Bay, the reigning champs, looking to get out of the cellar, taking on Lexington. Michael and Brooke back with you as we take a look at the starting 11 for Denise Schulte-Brown's group. It is a 4-4-2 and two changes tonight. Tosh Flint in for Ava Tankersley and Sydney Schneider in for Isabella Kresh.
Really good to see that Flint is back in the starting lineup. We know she dealt with mono for a little bit, and because of that, it really took her a while to get back to full strength. She was only able to go about 15 minutes last time out. They want to be able to get her these minutes, but expect to see Ava Tankersley come in for Flint probably around the 20-30 minute mark.
Looking at Lexington, they make 0 changes from their last time out, a 2-0 victory at Brooklyn.
Keep an eye on number 11 on that left side, Mackenzie Weiner. She could be one of the fastest in the league. She's coming off a bit of an injury, but also coming off her best performance. So when you have a player who's a little bit banged up and is able to still play at that level, she is dangerous. She's a gamer and is also great on both sides of the ball.
Two teams riding extended unbeaten runs, clashing here tonight in the Gamebridge Super League. Simultaneous kicks here and in Jacksonville, where all 3 Florida teams are playing at this time window, including Sporting Jacks and Fort Lauderdale United. It's great to have you with us for our matchup tonight as the teams get their final photo opportunities before this contest. Tonight, you're looking at two teams that are riding high. Lexington with all their makeovers to the roster. Tampa Bay, they've given up some late equalizers of late as they look for just their second win of the season. It's always a great place to watch a match, and now can the Sun reward their fan base with a win?
Interesting with Lexington that their head coach said, we haven't faced too much adversity, but it's because they're controlling the controllables. And that's one of the hardest things to do in this league is when things are going well, can you at least just keep your head on a swivel and make sure you're not getting outside of yourself? That's what they have done well, is just be themselves. And if they can do that against a Tampa Bay team who's going to try to frustrate them right off the bat, Lexington can have success tonight on the road.
Lexington have not lost a match since May 16th. They have not trailed since October 10th. And here tonight, a team that has rattled off 3 consecutive wins and are the last remaining unbeaten team in the Super League. Atop the table, get ready to take on this Tampa Bay Sun group. Tampa Bay will rock the navy kits tonight, and it is the pink and purple kits this evening for Lexington. A very crisp look, a jersey that I know that you want to pick up after this one.
I would not mind hanging that kit up behind in the office. That is a pretty nice little, what would you call it, an ombre situation with the blue to the pink. It's nice.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to seeing it in the backdrops of future Zoom calls. Tosh Flint will put the ball in play. 10 goals a season ago. The 29-year-old from England will start us off here this evening. And the reigning Super League champions put the ball in play. And this match is underway. Tampa Bay Sun, Lexington getting ready for action here tonight in what should be an excellent match. Carolina last year began the year with 11 straight unbeaten before they lost on this pitch on November 16th. Lexington, 11 in a row unbeaten, and here on November 22nd, try to make it a league record 12 in a row. What are your eyes watching for tonight?
Well, I'm seeing already Lexington doing a great job of sitting in that low block, and you can see that Tampa Bay several times looking at their teammates wondering, move, somebody get into space so we can try and break this pressure. Lexington doing a really good job of baiting them here, but for Tampa Bay, they get the voice in the net back with Sydney Schneider. She was out for a wedding, so I think that's very nice that Denise Schulte-Brown let her miss for a wedding, but she is back in net. She's a standout for them and somebody who can really organize that back line.
Well, you also know that you're a good friend when
Seriously.
your friend is willing to miss a professional sporting event that they play in to come and be a part of it.
Let's clarify. It wasn't Schneider's wedding.
Correct. Yeah.
It was a friend's because clearly she could miss for her own. It just it was surprising to see that.
So here we go this evening, Lexington and Tampa Bay. 5th meeting last year, it was dominated by Tampa Bay. They scored at least 3 in all 4 matches, outscored Lexington 13-4. The Sun won the last 2 meetings of the first season in this league by 3 goals apiece. But a much different team. Only half of those goals still on the roster for Tampa Bay this year, and all the changes for Lexington. Just a few players brought back. Weiner chases after this ball. Gets to it just inside of the touchline. Weiner looks left, darts right, hooks it around and over everybody.
I think Sarah Griffith was hoping to be on the end of that one. Just a little bit too much coming off the foot of Weiner there, but you see she loves taking defenders on in those one-on-one moments up in the outside channel.
Well, one thing that Denise Schulte-Brown did compliment Lexington on is this is a team that can score in flexible amount of ways. And there are no other teams, she said, that can do that in this league, where they can play direct, they can also build in the attack with multiple passes.
That's what's so hard to read is they were sitting in a lower block, even though higher up the field, but you saw them just sitting and standing, waiting for Tampa Bay to try to get through their middle line. It's that trigger that you don't know where it's coming from in terms of their press triggers. And I think that's what's so tough about Lexington is they're just baiting you to play how they want you to play. They're going to try and dictate the tempo and get you out of what you're comfortable in.
Tampa Bay have been steady this season defensively, third fewest goals allowed in the league, but they just haven't quite had that same firepower as they did a season ago. Tosh Flint dealing with mono, has been out. No Cecile Flo this season as well, one of the league's leading goal scorers. But here is Flint. Flint accelerates into a pocket. Flint holds on, gets it knocked away by Bourgeois.
Unlucky for Flint there, but that's why you have her in early in this match. If you want to score early, you can ask her to just empty the tank for the first 20 minutes or however much she is comfortable. Of course, coming off of that illness, she is such a threat there when she can get in behind.
The Sun have only scored first 4 times this season. They've only won 1 of those 4, 3 draws in the other. A foul whistled here. Danielle Chesky is our center referee tonight, the veteran that has officiated just about every league in North America and been at the international stage as well. Weiner bends. It bounces down. Good shielding here by McNeil against Bourgeois. Bounces up the field.
Really good touch on the ball, too, from Weiner. You see on the bend, that ball hung in the air and dropped in exactly where you expect that back post run to come from. You see, as soon as it hits the turf there, it just kind of checks up a little bit. I mean, and that takes a lot of skill to be able to bend a ball in that way that holds up as soon as it hits the ground.
Weiner coming off of a goal and an assist last week at Brooklyn. This long throw goes in. Bissett lofts away. Bourgeois back with it. Springs to the middle of the park. Tucks it up top. Pentuso gets taken down there. Advantage is played inside of the box. Barry blast. Bounces back. Almer. Now this long distance shot. Whistles in. Hits a body. Nacello captures. Over to get it is Griffith. And she's the last to touch.
We might see more of those long-range shots from Lexington because look how many numbers Tampa Bay is able to get back defensively and really pack the box there. Lexington has to recognize now when they enter into the attacking third, it has to be quick passes, limit the touches on the ball.
The task was always going to be there for Tampa Bay this evening. And speaking with Denise Schulte-Brown, the differences between last year's slower start and this year's injuries, a big cause of this year's start. And even with last year's slow start, they still had 2 wins in the first 5 matches of the year. Still looking for their second victory of the season as they've played 10 so far. Pluck waits, pushes, and then gets the return feed. Pluck looks, Pluck crosses, waiting on that back post. It's a deflection that bounces into the waiting pause there of Asman.
Wow, what an opportunity here, and a really good recognition from Mac Pluck, recognizing where the run is coming. As soon as she gets this through ball, you see she pulls her forward with her left hand saying, come on, let's get forward here, and it's Carly Jamona who's on that left side. Not able to get the right touch on it but sometimes it just takes getting a boot on it and to try and get the deflection. I think she would have much rather been able to put a good strike on it, but it was well defended.
Lexington have given up 4 fewer goals than any other team in the league, just 8 for the season. Tied for the most clean sheets, as there's a look at Denise Schulte-Brown, a champion in year number 1, and understands that even though the slow start, she said it's a tighter league this season. Couple good results, and boom, you flop from 9th in the league, potentially above the playoff line.
I love the confidence she has in her group as well. She told us, I don't see a deficiency in our lineup. You can't target one player. I mean, that's saying something when you are looking to climb the table, and what a night if you're able to knock off the team at the top of the table right now. A win would be huge for Tampa Bay.
Here's McNeil, 27-year-old from Canada. Touches it for Shimkin. Tight window dressing, touches it over. Listro accelerates. The captain, Nacello, always dangerous on the right. Unable to get past that time around. Fine defensive work on this side by Hannah Johnson.
Really good work there by Hannah Johnson. Now recognizing that they are trying to threaten up that right side, she puts a stop to the attack.
Good tempo, good pace to the opening 8 minutes. Weiner rolls it into space. Pluck wins the race, cannot keep it in play. Addie McCain prepares a throw. Here's a look at Mac Hemme. What a whirlwind of a year it's been for him. New Mexico United in the USL Championship, was the assistant director of player personnel just over a calendar year ago, and then spent time with the Chicago Stars, was the interim head coach at one point, and now the head man here in Lexington.
Has high aspirations for this group, saying, look, we have a desire to win from our players, but wants to see them continue to evolve as a team, and I think that's makes a great team, is when you can stay ahead of the 8 ball. They are at the top of the table and still looking for different ways to improve, and they don't do a lot of things wrong, so it's going to be hard to eventually come up with things to fix when everything is going your way.
Well, you look at the time that he spent in Chicago. That team finished last in the NWSL. They were playing without Mallory Swanson, one of the world's best as well, and now he gets a chance with a clean slate in Lexington, and you have to credit the organization for what they did. Last year was a struggle. They tried some younger players at the end of last season. They rotated around. They made some adjustments as the year went along. And this year, they diagnosed the issues that they had, and they addressed those, and it has paid off for this team year 1 to year 2.
I think the difference is they have a team, right? It's not just a collection of individual players. They really have a group that plays well together, and when you have a group that defends with 11 hats to the ball, even the goalkeeper staying involved, I mean, that says a lot about what the coaching staff is doing.
10 minutes elapsed in this one. Scoreless between Tampa Bay and Lexington. 5th all-time meeting. Tampa Bay won all 4 last season. Is this the first time these two teams face off this year? They'll play twice in the final month of the season. Long throw rifles in, bodies collide. Who touched it last? It is Tampa Bay, so a corner kick coming for Lexington. Now, there's a variety of ways that Lexington can score. They can do it in the run of play. They can do it from long balls. They can do it inside of the box and set pieces. Boy, are they dangerous. And Denise Schulte-Brown said that her team has struggled with that here of late. Fung funnels. It bounces down, redirected over the top, and then this ball is smashed. A no-doubt strike from Lexington to take the advantage.
What a great touch, too, by Allison Pantuso on the edge of the box there to keep that one alive. Unbelievable finish there. As we see the corner kick comes in, You see Pantuso there, and it's looks like Catherine Berry who finishes this one off. Great recognition, too, of where that ball's bouncing around when it's chaotic on these set pieces. She sets herself up perfectly, gets her head up, and finds the back of the net. Really well done there. A heads-up play from Catherine Berry. Her 7th goal now this season.
Her first of the month, scored on Halloween. And now Catherine Berry scores in this one. And Berry now moves into a sole possession of 2nd place on the Golden Boot race. Only Ashlyn Puerta has scored more this season. And what a find she has been. 23 years of age, first year out of South Carolina. Has now scored in 7 of the last 10. Pluck drifts to the touchline. Lays it back. Listro recycles and sets it up. Nasello charges around the first defender. Nasello tucks it in. Flint bobbles. It sidewinds out, and McCain mashes it forward.
Great response here from Tampa Bay after conceding the goal. Again, we talked about it. They struggle on those set pieces. We're not able to put pressure there on Catherine Berry. They let the ball bounce a little too much there in their own box off of that corner kick, but they don't set their head down. They get right back to work and are now commanding possession in the opponent's half.
Nasello gallops, gets the edge here. Nasello crosses. It springs inside of the box. Flint was ready. Cleared away only as far as Pluck. Pluck slingshots another ball in. Back post header. Beats the keeper. Tampa Bay equalize.
What
a late arriving run from Sabrina McNeil. Tampa Bay tie it up at 1.
Wow, unbelievable response from Tampa Bay. When you are sitting at the bottom of the table going against the #1 team, it's easy to hang your head after giving up an early goal, but this is how you respond. What a ball in from Pluck. And able to finish that one off is Sabrina McNeil. Right place, right time, redirects that ball. That's got to be frustrating for the goalkeeper there, Asman, who thought she had that back post protected.
Well, quite a response indeed, and it is McNeil who scores for just the 2nd time in Super League play and the 1st time in a Tampa Bay kit. She scored for Fort Lauderdale back in May at DC Power, and the team leader in assists adds a goal of her own. And the margin stands in favor of Lexington for less than 2 minutes.
What a time to find your first goal. As you mentioned, 3 assists. She's usually the one setting up her teammates. But when you're usually the person who's giving the assist, you're in the right place. And so she was probably looking to just put herself in a position to ping this one back, and instead is able to get her head around, redirect the ball to the back of the net. A great finish to tie it up.
For Tampa Bay, it is the earliest goal that they have scored this season. Just their 4th first-half goal of the year. And now level at 1 at the quarter-hour mark of this matchup. Griffith guides it wide. Bourgeois in. McCain lays it back. Ball circles around. Weinert slid away by Pluck.
What a tackle there by Pluck, not giving up on the play as Weiner, one of the more dangerous players. We know that she's got that competitive mindset and speed with the ball at her feet. Just stays with the ball there, doesn't take the eye candy with her trying to dance around the ball.
2 minutes and 24 seconds separate the goals. And now a Baldwin Group corner presenting partner of Tampa Bay Sun Corners, protect what's possible. Fung fires. That ball rifled into the air. It is loose. Galliard able to work away from the pack. After the initial ball was taken by McCain, she captures the second. Fung. Weiner. Hannah Johnson wraps it around towards the midfield stripe. Direct pass this time, skims the head of Barry, and is picked up by Sydney Schneider. That 2 minutes and 24 seconds was the first time that Tampa Bay had trailed since September 20th. They had not trailed during any of their 6-match unbeaten run. Entering the night. Listro is fouled by McCain. Those two went at it in the Super League final last year when McCain was with Fort Lauderdale United. Nacello. Well, for Lexington, that's just the third first half goal that they've given up all year, in the earliest that they've allowed this season. Off of the bobble, picked up Griffith. Inside of the box, Griffith tucks it just wide.
What a great counterattack there from Lexington. Sarah Griffith looking to punish here off the left foot. Thought about cutting it back with her right foot to get a bit of a better angle. I think that was the right idea. Decides to swing it with the left foot and misses the angle just a bit too wide on that one. She had the right idea though, and that's just the makings of a tactical forward, is when you have it at the back of your head. She just second-guessed herself.
Listro steals this ball. Galliar in the middle. Jamona. McNeil tries to get it over the top. Flint and Nacello were hovering. And now the peskiness defensively comes away. Nacello cannot beat Pantuso. Fine defensive work. Not done yet are the Sun, however. Galliar. Body's down on the field, so gladly picked up here by Fung.
Lexington knows that's a mistake they cannot make, and you saw Carly Jamona, who we have only featured one time on that one opportunity in the box, waving her hands on that left side. We know that Denise Schulte-Brown gave her some advice this week, saying, look, you need to do a better job of staying on the weak side in the counterattack. Wants to see her be more disciplined in her shape.
Galliar. At the 20-minute mark, it's one apiece. Barry in the 12th. 2.5 minutes later, McNeil equalized for Tampa Bay. Michael Watrang, Brooke Kirchhoffer, and the rest of our team with you here on the field that saw the championship last year. Tampa Bay Sun 1, Lexington 1. That was an early start to this one. Both teams scoring in the opening quarter hour, and an entertaining match on tap.
And Lexington sitting off, and their pressure is really affecting Tampa Bay. They got to do a better job of finding the outlets and players coming to the ball in those open spaces if they want to break this.
Accelerating maneuver here. It is Barry. Barry waits, tries to dart past Hendricks. Instead settles for a corner as Hendricks slides it away.
We say settles for a corner kick, but after the first goal that was given up, I am sure Sydney Schneider has been communicating to her back line, we have to stop putting them in these positions. We know how much of a threat they are on these set pieces. Can we have that extra step to be able to get it out for a throw-in instead of a corner?
Important moment here. It was a second ball off of a corner in the 12th minute that led to the Lexington advantage. Fung, another Fort Lauderdale transplant. Boomerangs in across. Headed straight to the ground by Hannah Schartz this time. Enter the Prinks Tires Family Game Day Kit Sweepstakes for a chance to win a prize pack worth up to $4,000. Scan the QR code on the screen to enter today. Listro opens up this right side of the field.
Tampa Bay once again just trying to figure out the puzzle, trying to find a way through to play through Lexington, who's so organized.
Well, Flint does very well with that first touch. Held it up for a moment, but pushed aside. Weiner draws the contact against Pluck, no foul. Nasello accelerates. Nasello bends this ball across and over to get it as Asman.
Tries to get it to Carly Jamona, who was just a little bit late into the box on that service. If those two can clean up that connection just a bit. You see Nasello looking for her, tries to drive it across. The goalkeeper is able to come out and cut it off.
Griffith has it for Lexington. Lexington lead the league in goals, 23 of them for the season. They scored 12 times in the first half and looking for more. Almer for Barry. Skims off of the leg. Sydney Schneider over to pick it up.
Almer just going untouched up the middle of the pitch there, catching Tampa Bay with their body out of position. They're looking to their goal instead of getting face up and trying to put pressure on Almer there. That's a dangerous spot to be. She's someone you do not want to give that much room to.
Flint gets bumped, and she's going to draw the foul on Schartz.
I think you're starting to see both Tampa Bay and Lexington start to settle in here. It was very high pace back and forth the first 20 minutes now. After each have scored a goal, both are trying to figure out, okay, what's the chess game now? How do we play through?
Well, speaking of playing through, that was nearly flawlessly feathered right to Jamona. She just couldn't slow it.
Jamona finally coming over to this right side and just a hair in front of her. I think she just needs to be less on the balls of her feet there and anticipating that.
Foul whistled here, and Danielle Chesky having a quick word with Tosh Flint.
And we know that Jamona has it in her. I mean, anytime we have talked with head coach Denise Schulte-Brown, anytime she talks about Jamona, she says she's got a motor and she can surprise people with movement. And anytime you look at the heat map of the statistics, she pretty much lights up the entire pitch because she can go for 90 minutes and keep up that high intensity. It's just the connection has just been a little bit off here in this first half of finding her feet.
Weiner with a collision. And a free kick coming. Schartz skips it forward. Jamona does really well there. Rattles past two, only Schartz to beat. But Schartz does very well to clean that up.
Unlucky on that last touch. It's just a bit of a slower start for Carly Jamoni. You can tell that Lexington's kind of getting her out of her own game, but she's ramping up here 26 minutes in.
Well, Addie McCain is going to get a yellow card, much to the delight of Jordan Listro, who got yanked on there, and McCain not happy.
Has something to say about it for sure as we watch it back. I mean, McCain was certainly the one who started that. I think Listro was just looking to protect herself, but when you've got a competitive player like Addie McCain, you're just going to see that sometimes. She's got to do a better job of controlling the emotions. She knows better. She's a veteran in the, she's played at the highest level in the NWSL and at this level as well. She knows how to control those emotions.
Another quick restart that allows Nacello to gobble this ball up. Nacello wins a corner for the first time today for Tampa Bay.
It's actually surprising when you look at our coach's call with Hemi. He described her as the calming presence. So just a bit of outside of herself there on that last one, but she does the dirty work on defense, and sometimes it's hard to find that balance.
The Baldwin Group is the proud presenting partner of Tampa Bay Sun Corner Kicks. Protect what's possible. And a corner kick coming from this sideline. And the one that scored the goal is the one that is stepping up to take this corner. McNeil lofts it over everybody as it goes out. Lexington had been shut out in 2 of its last 3 road trips. They've been a benefit factor of an early schedule that had seen them play at home 6 of the first 10. 1 win, 3 draws on the road this season. And from here, they get 2 more at home, and then they end the first half of the season at Dallas on December 20th. Lexington already 8 shots in this game, 2 shots for the Sun, each team with a pair of shots on target. McNeil this time gets a little physical in front of the 4th official, but no booking this time around. Into the box, but slices away from everybody and rolls out. Well, the other match currently going on, Sporting Jacks and Fort Lauderdale United, they're scoreless at the half-hour mark of their contest. 4 total shots in that one, but we're glad to have you on board for a matchup tonight here in Tampa Bay. 1 goal apiece. Lexington started the scoring in the 12th minute off of a corner. Catherine Berry finishing for the 7th time this season, 2nd most of any player in the Super League. And then 2.5 minutes later, McNeil headed home a ball off of Pluck's foot. And just like that, 1 goal apiece. 30 minutes in to this matchup in which Lexington have never taken a point off of Tampa Bay. Michael Watrank, Brooke Kirchhoffer, and the rest of our team guiding you through this one, hoping that you can hang out with us for the next hour.
Man, Sarah Griffith has really been battling up that right side. She's been knocked down a couple of times. They expected it from a very physical Tampa Bay team. But if you're looking at this one from an attacking perspective, both coaches have to be happy. They wanted early goals. They both got it. But defensively, not so much. If you're Lexington, I think you want to sit in and control that lead a little bit longer. But really great work from Tampa Bay at home to tie it up in just that short range of period, because sometimes we have seen where if a team gets up early, the other team sits back and it almost feels like you're in desperation mode. Tampa Bay doesn't have to feel that way now as they inch closer to halftime.
Here's a foul. McCain this time gets bumped into by Mackenzie Pluck.
Addie McCain and Sarah Griffith both on the ground pretty frequently here in the first half. I'm sure at some point there will be a conversation made from the center official with Tampa Bay if the fouls continue to ramp up as often as they have been.
Well, we have the Super League Referee of the Year from last year.
She will not let anything stand here tonight. making sure to protect everybody out on the pitch. Does a great job.
And she spies another foul, and this time it is going to warrant the card, and it's going to be Tosh Flint that goes in the book.
I'm not surprised. When you've seen that many fouls ramp up in that short period of time, eventually the official has to say, look, this is going to get upgraded to a yellow card, not just a foul, and trying to just slow Tampa Bay from letting this game get out of control. You saw that shoulder be lowered there by Flint. She's not going to get away from that. We saw that too in our Brooklyn match a little bit earlier with the drop shoulder. That's going to get called.
This is what the good officials do. They put an end to some of this physicality early and start sending out the cards to get the game back on the train tracks. Into the box this one goes. McNeil heads it away. Griffith steals it back. Griffith hammers it off of a defender over to the right-hand side. Bourgeois wins another corner.
Good job there from McNeil, shutting that one down, preventing that front post from being attacked in that way. But man, Lexington's really, really clinical on these corner kicks. Surprising too that we still see Tosh Flint in the match. We were told that she really has struggled after 15 or 20 minutes of play, and now 33 minutes in is still able to go at full strength.
Yeah, Mono, a tough thing to overcome. And right in front of Santa Claus over there.
Summer Santa in Florida here.
Tati Fung throws it in, it bounces down. McNeil mashes it up the park. I guess if you're Santa, you got to come out a little early, scout the players, who's naughty, who's nice, who's going to get the good presents before Christmas.
That or just enjoy some of the heat. Enjoy the nice weather here.
Get a break from the North Pole. Ball from Bassett is given away. Tight window dressing here. A terrific turn from Galliard, and the foul does come. Griffith comes over, a little touch.
I will say Tampa Bay has done a really good job of converging on Lexington whenever they're trying to have a little too pretty soccer, too many touches in front of their box. You're seeing Tampa Bay step to that and not just wait for it anymore.
Here's Flint. Cannot win the race this time. Pentuso steps over. One of the big acquisitions coming over from Brooklyn. Started every match last season. Select is the official match ball supplier of the Gamebridge Super League and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice.
Not sure what was being communicated there from the front line, but they were trying to communicate with their goalkeeper, Kat Asman, on where they would like the ball off of that goal kick.
Shimkin, Listro. Trying to get Nasello involved on this side. Hannah Johnson jumps that pass. Sharts. Listro reads that ball well. Flint off of a couple heads. Listro wanted the ball back, never got it. Nasello. A rare journey to the middle of the field. McNeil. Listro has been all over the pitch in the first half.
Nasello doing a really good job of just commanding where she needs the help in space, and if players aren't going to come to her, she's going to go to them and really dictate where they attack from.
Here's Pluck. Shimkin. Jamona tries to out-muscle. Jamona goes down. And the foul is against Carly Jamona.
Jamona's got to be careful. She had her arm in underneath first, and it became a battle, but because Jamona had the contact first, as you see, she's holding that right arm, and with the referee right behind you, she's going to see that. You can't get away from it. Get away with it in that moment.
I'm sure you have some secrets that you won't disclose now because they're yours, but I'm sure you had some that helped you get away with some back in the playing days. As
a holding mid, you're in a really good position to hide some certain things, so.
Flint's whacks it wide. McNeil chases. Pantuso bobbles. Flint's. Skips into the box. McNeil chases and over to get it is Kat Asman, the former Penn State Nittany Lion.
Really good adjustment on that left side from Flint, recognizing that it wasn't on, not willing to be vertical just to be vertical, going back, and then it opens up that space that the left forward was able to run into.
Weinert runs through the middle of the field. After that hot start that saw each team score in the opening quarter hour, these two sides defensively starting to provide resistance.
We see Pluck on the foul here. I'm not sure if, as we look back at it, if that one was necessarily one that was egregious. This looks like she just truly, I mean, the pressure was on her back, but not enough, I think, to draw a foul.
So another set piece chance. Tati Funk funnels it around, but that has too much on it as it bounces into the bleachers.
Didn't really give Lexington a chance on that one.
Well, this season when Lexington scored the opening goal, they're undefeated. 5 wins in 5 tries. Tonight they scored first and are level at a goal apiece. Michael Watrank, Brooke Kirchhoffer, and the rest of our team with you here this evening. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Saturday night in Tampa in the Gainbridge Super League. Shards hits that off of Flint's. Promptly gets up, throws it long.
Tampa Bay keeps getting stuck right now in this outside right channel. They've done a better job of switching field when it's not on. But Lexington has figured out what they want to do and has done a really good job of putting more numbers into that channel and clogging it up.
Look at what Pluck is seeing in front of her. And it's given away, and this is a dangerous moment. Addie McCain on it. Barry to the right. McCain touches it over. Barry chips it across. Griffith over. McCain doesn't get there in time. Schneider gets just enough to get it away. And might there be a transitional moment now for Tampa Bay? Flint threads the needle. Jamona doesn't get there in time. Bourgeois back to Asman to nullify that chance.
Unbelievable effort here, and unfortunately for Tampa Bay, it was Vivian Bissett who kept those two forwards onside with the angle she decided to run back into, but Sydney Schneider absolutely with the shot-stopping ability on the ground, makes herself big in that moment, preventing anything from finding the back of the net. A really good moment there for the Tampa Bay goalkeeper.
Those are the moments you do not want to have happen against this excellent Lexington side.
saw Tampa Bay's back line did a really good job of stepping, but it was Vivian Bissett, I think, who got beat, and so was sprinting on a straight line back and kept everybody offside, which really almost spelled trouble for them.
Flint is over the top and hits her backside and works out perfectly. Flint whacks out of play.
Flint looking to get a good strike on the ball. That one bouncing, wasn't able to get over it. She didn't have a whole lot of numbers too, so even if you would have liked her to hold it up in that moment, she was outmanned, decides to just try to get a foot on the ball.
Flint has scored everywhere she's gone. Last year was the third time that she'd scored double-digit goals in her career. Most recently had 11 with Celtic a couple of years ago. Also 10 with Leicester City this decade as well. Will either side be able to find one here before the end of this first half? Lexington have scored once in the final 5 minutes of half one. Tampa Bay have not scored any. Nasello. Shimkin. Galliard. Good job holding the ball up. Flint, middle of the field. Clock was not making that run.
That was just the wrong plane to play through. I think she was checking back a little bit so that she could get it to feet and then take on the defender 1v1. Just a little miscommunication on that right side.
Here's Kat Berry. Loses it. Brooke Hendricks denies. And over the top, this ball hits McCain in the chest. Bissett skies it away. Griffith back on it. Barry hunts, lays it back. This ball has to be punched by Schneider as she keeps it away.
What an effort there by Sydney Schneider. Staying in her six, if she would have just been a touch forward, this could have spelled danger for Tampa Bay. Has to get off of her feet, and really good work too by the backside defender to not allow that one to roll out for a corner kick.
Schneider, a former World Cup starting goalkeeper with Jamaica a couple years ago. It will be a long throw, even if it's not a corner. Schartz shuttles it in. Nasello now tries to work around Schartz, uses those long legs to get it away from Nasello, and then hammers Nasello and is called for the foul.
I'm not sure
and
that one
gets
took as long
well
as it did. I mean, you saw the initial contact, got away with it, but will not get away with it with the second contact. Nasello, the playmaker for Tampa Bay, one of the arguably the best player on the field, and you see that tackle in, gets all feet, doesn't call it, and then we'll get it on this second try and get carded.
2 minutes of stoppage time in the first half.
That's not what you want to see if you're Tampa Bay. You need Nasello in for the rest of this one to have success.
Lexington out shooting Tampa Bay 9-3 in the first half. But we sit level at a goal apiece into stoppage time. Both teams running extended unbeaten runs. Lexington 11, Tampa Bay 6. Lexington with a winner draw tonight would set the all-time record for the Super League, breaking Carolina's 11 in a row to start last season.
The home crowd clearly upset about contact that did not get called. It looked like there on Tati Fung. She walks away from it though.
card was issued to Lexington's number 21, Hannah Sharp, in the 45th minute.
Asman gets the ball back in play, and just a few more moments to go in this first half. Nudged along here by Almer. Listro commits the foul. And the captain will have a word with the center referee.
And I think had that not last yellow card come out as quickly as it did, she might have got away with one there. Jordan Listro just trying to stay calm and cool-headed in that moment.
This ball rattles around. Bissett gets it away. And the first half whistle blows with the score tied at a goal apiece at halftime. And Brooke, these two sides gave us an entertaining 45 minutes to watch in this one. Two teams that are in good form. Tampa Bay desperately looking for a win instead of a draw, and Lexington looking to break the all-time record for unbeaten.
Absolutely. They both wanted to score early. Well, you can check that box. Really good response, too, from Tampa Bay to equalize. It's been Lexington, though, who has had the more quality chances and opportunities. 8 shots in that first half to Tampa Bay's 3. Lexington has done a really good job of keeping Tampa Bay out of their box. You've seen Tampa Bay have to take a lot of shots from range. Can they find a unique way to get into the box? And I think you have to figure out a way to get Carly Jamona more involved. We know how dangerous she is with the ball at her feet. We will see what happens at halftime.
So at half here, it is a goal apiece. Lexington scored first, and then Sabrina McNeil equalized 2.5 minutes later, and we're joined by Sabrina McNeil now. Sabrina, what did you see on that left-hand side as Mackenzie Pluck was making the run?
I trust Mac Pluck to get the ball in the box, and I was just eager, trying to make space. And honestly, we had really good energy before the game, and I was really just feeding off of that, and got a great service from her, and just put my head on the end of it.
A really great response from your group in the first half, a really solid first half. What will be the focus now as you guys go into halftime, and what you want to see from your group in the second?
Probably just keeping possession higher up on the field. We've been doing great defensively, but now we just want to keep converting goals. So we're just pushing ourselves to keep putting more opportunities in the back of the net. So that's probably going to be the main focus.
Defensively, this is a Lexington team that can score at high levels. They had a lot of shots, but how do you minimize their chances in half two?
Just watching film, knowing who you're playing against, and kind of trying to expose their weaknesses a little bit. But Lexington's a great team, and they're good at creating opportunities, and we're just trying to stay connected as a back line and do our thing. But it's been working for us, and we're just trusting each other.
Sabrina, thanks for the time. That's the luck in half two.
Thanks, Sabrina.
Thank you so much.
Halftime here in Tampa Bay. 1 goal aside. The Sun won, Lexington won. We'll step out for a break. Halftime report comes your way next.
This year, the talent is even stronger than last year. Gianna Gorley has scored again. The first goal in sports cast history.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
Babe, are we out of paper towels?
I think so. And maybe a new toy for Sunny?
Already in my cart. Ooh, it's the newest viral tumbler.
I mean, we're getting instant cash back, so go for it.
Suncoast Cashback Plus gives you up to 20% back combined with your Suncoast Credit Union checking or savings account. From everyday purchases, dining out, or buying gift cards, you'll get cash back on the spot. Get started at suncoast.com/morecash.
Babe, are we out of paper towels?
I think so. And maybe a new toy for Sunny?
Already in my cart. Ooh, it's the newest viral tumbler.
I mean, we're getting instant cash back, so go for it.
Suncoast Cashback Plus gives you up to 20% back combined with your Suncoast Credit Union checking or savings account. From everyday purchases, dining out, or buying gift cards, you'll get cash back on the spot. Get started at suncoast.com/morecash.
1-1 is the score at halftime between Tampa Bay Sun and Lexington here this evening. Great to have you with us here at the break. GameBridge Assist is a program created by GameBridge in partnership with Parity and the Women's Sports Foundation to support organizations around the country that provide opportunities for girls and women through sports and education. This year, GameBridge Assist award 32 grants and $222,000 in total funding to grassroots organizations in 21 states. Today, Tampa Bay Sun FC recognized grant recipient, the Skills Center from right here in Tampa, Florida. And at the break, it is a goal apiece through 45 minutes of play. We'll take a look at the news and the notes and how things are going in Jacksonville when we come back here to Tampa. Halftime here in Tampa Bay. The Sun and Lexington level at a goal apiece here in the Gainbridge Super League. Michael and Brooke back with you as we take a look at the news and the notes from the Gainbridge Super League. Addie McCain, now the all-time leading goal scorer, 16th goal in her career last week. The duo of Strawn and Moore, first teenagers to score in the same game in last week's 2-0 victory. Carolina Ascent remaining undefeated all time against DC Power. A 1-0 victory yesterday, and that ended up being the difference in the first match here today. Brooklyn playing host to Spokane earlier today. And how about Sophia Lewis subs on at the hour mark and a quarter hour later finishes the lone goal of the match.
This was such a moment for her to really come off the bench, provide the fresh legs, and that's exactly why. Look how much space they gave her. They were looking for the offsides on the other end. Well, she was onside, and so she goes ahead and finishes this one. A strong boot from Sophia Lewis off that left side.
Brooklyn win it 1-0. Spokane have not scored a goal in the last 279 minutes. And we're just about ready for the start of the second half. When we come back, we'll look at the first half highlights and have the second half kick. Tampa Bay 1, Lexington 1 at the break. Why does academic medicine matter? Because at Tampa General, the best medicine starts with the best science, like our cutting-edge research that helped develop computerized devices to treat epilepsy and Parkinson's, restoring normal brain function and ending tremors. That's the academic difference every day at the region's only academic health system, Tampa General. Other hospitals practice medicine. We define it. 1-1 is the score at halftime. Michael and Brooke back with you as we look back at the first half highlights in this one, and it comes from a set piece in the 12th minute. It is Catherine Berry scoring her 7th of the year.
When you have 6 goals, it's because you are an opportunistic goal scorer. Look at the power she puts behind it. So that's enough bouncing around in the box. Let me go ahead and send this one to the back of the net. But what I love more is the way that Tampa Bay responded so quickly after this one. A beautiful ball across, and you saw Kat Asman was just late getting to that back post. I think she maybe saw that there was contact that was going to happen with Carly Jamona, but it goes all the way back to Sabrina McNeil, who sends it home.
You take a look at the first half stats in this one. Lopsided in terms of shot attempts in half number 1 in favor of Lexington. But we heard Sabrina McNeil mention it at halftime. They have to have possession higher up the field to be able to get more shot attempts.
No, she's absolutely right. Look, Tampa Bay's not going to go away quietly. They've done a really good job of getting into the attacking third, but still right outside the 18-yard box. They're probably about 20 yards out on their attempts, which is why you're seeing these shots from range. Can they find a way into the opponent's box a little bit better in the second half? And I loved what she had to say at halftime as well. We need to rely on our film study, trust the process, which is so hard to do in the flow of a match, to remember the tendencies of your one-on-one matchups, but they're locked into this one. They want to knock off the #1 seed right now in the Gamebridge Super League.
They did it last year when Carolina entered on an 11-match unbeaten run to begin the season. Tampa Bay won that one 2-1. Carly Jamona had the game winner in the first half of that game. Similar tale tonight. Lexington 11 in a row unbeaten. The first 10 of this season, the final match of last year, comeback 3-3 draw against DC Power. And now Tampa Bay trying to end that run here tonight. The Sun are unbeaten in 6 in a row. Lexington unbeaten in 11 in a row. In the second half, ready to go here tonight in the Sunshine States. Second half whistle blows. Lexington kick things off. The purple and pink kits, the navy kits tonight for Tampa Bay. Michael Watring, Brooke Kirchhoffer, and our team with you here this evening, inviting you to come hang out with us for half number 2 of the Gamebridge Super League. Cello promptly fouled right at the start, and she showcases that she can count to 3 to the official, who does not pull out the yellow card.
I don't blame her. You could see that Mackenzie Weinert recognized that she got beat, decided to have a little tactical foul there instead of letting them get forward.
And Barry pilfers another. Listro back defensively. McCain, good touch up top. Fung circles. Fung takes a whack, and it hits a defender. Back out it is Bourgeois. Almer. Weinertz drifts, bends, still not out of trouble. McCain shoves, loops across. Griffith chases. Schneider is over there with both paws to catch.
Great work from Schneider as well as her back line. They've done a better job of not allowing too much space for Lexington. They've stepped every time the ball has been received, and that was something that they struggled with in the first half, giving them just a little too much cushion in front of their own box. They're not giving them any space now when they get into the attacking third.
Dangerous ball here. Nacello has it. Nacello beats a defender. Sydney Nacello is in. Nacello rifles, and it's paddled aside by Asman.
Nacello letting out some frustration after taking a couple of knocks in the first half, and then to start the second half, beats the defender, sets herself up on her right foot, but it's going to be hard to get anything back around Kat Asman in that position, and you see her defenders come to congratulate her as they'll now look to defend this quarter kick. But Kat Asman, she's commanding, demanding from her group, a great communicator on her back line, and according to their head coach, coming off her best performance last time out.
McNeil's corner in, Asman out with 2 hands to knock it away.
You can tell Asman's just playing with a lot of confidence right now, too.
Controlling that box. This ball trickles along the sideline and goes out. Cello leans back, tries to get it over the top of Johnson, unable to do so. Tampa Bay continue to get these throws. Probably given away, however. Fung. Hendricks captures. Neal redirects. The back where it's taken by Schartz. Lexington reset. Neither side made a change at halftime. As Flint has it for a moment and just loses it. Bourgeois comes back, steals it. Shimkin returns the favor. Shimkin charges in. Not enough to get it over to Nasello, however.
And Alyssa Bourgeois just got lucky there, not getting a foul at the top of the box. You saw the jersey pull on the back of Shimkin not get called, not the first or the second time. That's something to keep an eye on next time she's trailing in.
Cards were flowing for a time in the first half. McCain, Schartz on yellows for Lexington, Flint on one for the Sun. Space opens on that right side for Jamona. Charges along, Jamona. Throw in coming, and she quickly takes it to get it back in play. A foul. And it sets up Tampa Bay with a really good location for a set piece.
What a spot here for Tampa Bay as Mac Pluck goes down on that one. Looks like she will take it as well. This is a big moment for Tampa Bay to try to put one away and take the lead here. Got to be better there from Tati Fung. Recognize where she's at spatially on the field and recognize that's not an area you need to be fouling in.
Tampa Bay entered having played a league-low 3 home matches all year. This is just their 4th of the season, looking for the lead here tonight.
And there's the signal for a set piece.
Pluck powers across, back post. Hendricks heads, it stays in play, gets it over the second defender. Lexington sweep it to midfield.
I love when teams have certain plays that they will run on those set pieces, and that's where you saw it there with Mac Pluck with the arms in the air. Just, it's a great way to distribute communication without giving away what you are going to do. You don't often see that in this league, but it was cool to see there that that's clearly something that Denise Schulte-Brown has established with her group for those secret plays that only they know and can communicate.
Shimkin gathers, sprints, behind Flint. She does aid that ball forward. Pantuso takes it away for a moment and a late whistle here. Listro comes in, commits the foul, and the Tampa Bay captain gets a yellow card.
Yeah, that was a football tackle on the soccer field there. Jordan Listro has to be careful as we've now seen several players have yellow cards. They've got to be careful. It was a really great flick on there to keep this ball moving for Tampa Bay, and Listro just unfortunately catches the Lexington player in the air, which is why you saw the dramatics of the flip in the air.
Listro now joins Flint with a yellow card.
Seen a little bit more of a direct approach as well from Lexington. They were a little more crafty in the way that they built out, but as we know, they can attack teams in many ways. They've got great forwards who can play in space, and also if they want to be direct, do a really good job of holding the ball up and letting forwards run in behind on those channels.
Schartz comes up, senses she has enough space in front of her to rip a ball towards the 18-yard box. Schartz lines it up, gets it into the 18, but doesn't link up. And another booking coming out. This is not the kind of game where you want to be too frisky because the yellow cards are coming frequently, and McHemme is not happy with the call.
Well, you see Sydney DeCello is begging for a call. They're attacking her. And when you think back to the beginning of the season, I had a conversation with head coach Denise Schulte-Brown, and she said, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. The refs need to watch for fouls on her. Well, you've got the best now in this match, the top official who is going to keep an eye on those things and not let it get out of hand.
Jamona was bringing it down. Instead, Flint commits the foul.
A little chaotic here in the second half. Both teams a bit out of rhythm with their direct approach.
Bissett and for Schneider. 10 minutes into the second half. And a little helter-skelter. Into the box, the set heads. Pluck guides it forward.
That's a tough spot to be in for Vivian Bissett. Really great work getting the lift off that back right foot to jump up and head that ball away.
What a weapon this is, having Schartz, former UCLA Bruin and Colorado Buffalo, coming forward, first-year player. Schartz rips this into the 18. It bounces down. A cutback initially from Griffith. McNeil.
Great defending there once again from Tampa Bay. Again, closing the gap. I think Lexington felt they had a bit more cushion in the first half, and that has absolutely not been the case here in the second.
Here's Griffith. Barry. McCain. Barry again. Barry splits two and a late slide tackle away to get it out, but concede a corner.
Once again, it's Bissett who is saving there in the middle of the box. They recognize the threat that Catherine Barry is, as she is 7 goals now, scored at the beginning of this match, and Bissett said, that's enough, I need to tackle this one away. We were giving her a bit too much space there. You see she beats Brooke Hendricks too. Surprising that Brooke Hendricks didn't try to step in there, probably not trying to foul as she was in the box.
Bissett, a second-team All-League selection last year, denies another chance. And now Tati Fung. And he's with a corner kick. Fung drives it in. Nacello comes over, gets it aside. Well, Sporting Jacks has scored twice in the opening hour. They lead 2-0. Paige Kettner in the 33rd. And Ashlyn Puerta, the first player to double-digit goals this year, scores in the 52nd minute. She now has a league-leading 10 goals for the year, maintaining that 3-goal bulge against Catherine Barry. Schartz fires it in. Hendricks knocks it down. Right along the line, back out. Schartz crosses. It splashes to the deck. Pentuso initially the closest, but in the end, last touched by Lexington for a goal kick.
Good work there from Tampa Bay to just clean things up. And you see they're continuing to try to go to Catherine Barry, who has the size advantage, standing above at least an inch or two from this Tampa Bay back line.
This is a good build. Pluck across midfield. Ultimately runs into resistance and gives the ball away. Tampa Bay, last in the league in shots. 14 fewer than Fort Lauderdale entering the day. 104. They have just 4 shots in this game. They only have 14 shots on target in their last 6 during this unbeaten run. But a team that maximizes their chances when they get them. 6 in a row unbeaten. They have a goal tonight on 4 shots. Pluck tight ropes the sideline. Dashes past the defender. McNeil, the goal scorer tonight for Tampa Bay. Jamona shields. Jamona unable to hold on. Fung captures. Flint had it for a moment. And let's see, we get a foul whistled, and it's against Flint. And with all the yellow cards that she has a yellow card, but she's also picked up several fouls after that moment.
That's a hard one to call there. There was a lot of hacking from Lexington's side as Tampa Bay was building in their possession, but this one will ultimately go against Flint here. I'm not sure that's a foul there. I wouldn't call that. I didn't see the contact.
Half hour to go in this one. Lexington 1, Tampa Bay 1. Barry in the 12th minute, McNeil in the 14th minute is our goal scoring here this evening. Great to have you with us for our Gamebridge Super League matchup here tonight on Peacock. Michael Watrang, Brooke Kirchhoffer, and the rest of our team.
I have to give credit to Tampa Bay's possession. They are just trying to find a way through with switching the ball, trying to find the open space, and here they go.
Pluck dribbles to the top of the 18. Pluck powers over everything and out.
Pluck looking for her first goal of the season. Really great effort here and good vision from Pluck. Tries to shake the defender, put herself in a good position, but because of that last attempt, the ball got out in front of her just a bit. She wasn't able to get over, and it sails over.
Tampa Bay making a change. Maddie Parsons, who was Lexington's leader in goals and assists last season, comes in. Shimpkin comes out.
We will see if she will answer the call from her head coach, Denise Schulte-Brown, who's told us this week, look, she needs to get more involved in the attack now with fresh legs on the pitch. This could be exactly what Tampa Bay needs in this moment.
Played in 27 matches a season ago.
Playing against her former side as well.
He's the team's leading goal scorer and assist player for Lexington.
Such a different team, though. You'd like to say, look, she might have the game plan in her back pocket, but this is just such a different Lexington team than last year.
And now finds herself with the reigning champions in this league. Jamona getting tugged down.
See a bit of a change on that front line. It looks like they're putting Jamona now as the true 9 to sit higher up the pitch. I think she could have a bit of a more advantageous role there. She's been getting stuck on the outside channel a lot in the first half. This could be a better spot for her.
Flint takes the ball away. Nasello tries to gallop around, but Johnson denies entry. Pluck gets called for the foul. Fans again voicing their disdain.
This has just been an incredibly physical match. At this point, I think Tampa Bay and Lexington just need to keep their head down and keep fighting through it. She did have the jersey pull. There was contact after it, but if the official can see that pull initially from Pluck, it's going to get called against her. And it does look like they will pull Carly Jamona back into that outside channel, and it will be Maddie Parsons who checked into the game as the true 9. I mean, you can always interchange the two as well. Maybe we'll see a different look next time Tampa Bay comes up the pitch.
Corner kick conceded. Sarah Griffith heads over. 3 goals, 2 assists this season. Tati Fung over there as well. Griffith centers. High header, however, this time around. That looked like it was Sharks going up. The Gamebridge Super League season is in full swing. Visit GamebridgeSuperLeague.com for all the latest information, analysis, and insight into all things Gamebridge Super League. Griffith tries to punch it to the middle. Listro comes over. Almer. Up top, McCain. Listro is there to deny. McCain gets it back. Weinert up top. Weinert whistles! Schneider fends it off.
What a timely strike, too, because you could tell that Sydney Schneider, her vision was cut off there. Couldn't quite get her eyes on the shot, and you see she's having to scramble to her left side for the block.
Critical save there from Sydney Schneider. Couple clean sheets on the season. Griffith fires another corner into the mixer. Nacello. So good in empty spaces. This time has her pocket picked by Bourgeois. Barry lines up Griffith. Circles. Didn't have the angle. Tries to reset. Lays it back up top. Fung. Off of McNeil.
Man, Catherine Barry has been everywhere that they have needed her to be. Probably would have liked her to turn and strike there. She wasn't able to get a good vision and get her head around to see where the defender was. Decides to go out to that outside channel and find a different way into the box. Not a bad idea.
Now Schartz readies another long throw. Schartz spins. Schneider knocks it down. Barry with a left foot right into Parsons. Bourgeois headed this time by Barry, and Schneider is there to capture.
Catherine Barry must have a magnet in her boot because everywhere the ball enters, she is right where she needs to be. Such an opportunistic goal scorer, but also, too, it speaks to the level of the movement off the ball. She continues to put herself in a really good position to be able to get a strike in the box.
Schneider just does tuck that around. Not first player, but instead, Bourgeois back to get it. Lays it up top. Fung. Back out. Bourgeois. Springs into action. McNeil bumps her aside and concedes a corner. Or no, they give it a goal kick.
Wow, a bit dangerous there by Sabrina McNeil, but no extension. They will call this a clean tackle here, and that's exactly what it was. Really good heads-up play there by the defender to not extend that arm out. Just a clean tackle.
Sarah Griffith sees her shift come to a close. And the reigning Super League Player of the Year, Amina Ekic, is coming on.
What an add she has been to this Lexington side, and she can be dangerous in a lot of different areas, but when you see that she's on their bench, it speaks to the level of depth. And again, we talk about Lexington being a quality team. They don't just have individuals. They're playing together super well. The way they've constructed this roster, I mean, there's a reason why they're sitting atop the table. When you can have Amina Ekic off the bench, it says a lot about the firepower of this depth and on this team.
Fourth player given a card tonight is now Mackenzie Weinert, and all four are still on the field for Lexington.
We see the contact from the back initially, and oh man, I mean, that's a tough one to make. The contact initially came from Lexington from behind, but Mackenzie MacPluck, you just got to keep that arm to yourself. She was almost trying to put the reciprocate is the word I was looking for. She was just trying to give that pressure back to the defender who was on her backside. Sometimes they miss the initial contact, so if you follow it up, it's likely going to get called.
Lexington with a winner draw tonight will break the all-time record for consecutive matches unbeaten. It would be number 12 in a row, 11 to start this season. The team having won 3 consecutive. Tampa Bay unbeaten in its last 6, just 1 win, 5 draws during that stretch. Nasello brings that along, gets ripped there, and Hannah Johnson is called for the foul.
Yeah, I don't blame Nasello.
She's going to get a yellow as well.
Nasello has to, I mean, the eyes have to be on Nasello's jersey. There has been so many jersey pulls that have been missed from Nasello up that right side. She has every right to be frustrated. Look when she receives the ball. Check the left side of that jersey as it's getting pulled down. Johnson did a really good job to hide it and not pulling enough to pull it away from her body, but the pull is still there nonetheless, and Nasello's had enough.
Coach Mack is going to have some choices to make as well the rest of the way, with 5 players now on yellow cards for Lexington.
The referee has issued a yellow card to Lexington's number 19, Hannah Johnson. This comes in the 71st.
The Duke record holder for matches in a career, 107 of them. For the North Wales, Pennsylvania native, MacPluck readies this free kick as Tampa Bay look for their first lead of the night. Pluck flies it across. It bounces off of Hendrick's body and rolls back. Jamono is circling, but Asman out to pick it up.
That's when it's so frustrating on these set pieces. You're exactly where you need to be, but the ball gets stuck in your lap. Brooke Hendricks jumping, looking to try to get herself in a position where she can strike the half volley, and instead it gets stuck in her lap.
And here goes Nasello again. Defense already retreating. Jamona gets called for the foul. I think that would have been an illegal screen in basketball, and it might have been a blindside hit in football.
It absolutely was a moving screen there from Jamona. Feet were not set for looking at this from a basketball perspective. Looking for the charge.
I don't know if I've ever seen that on a soccer field.
Nothing surprises me at this point. We're 72 minutes in, and this is arguably the most physical match that I have called in the Gamebridge Super League this season.
Tosh Flint plays a season-high 73 minutes tonight, but her shift is over. Emma Gaines Ramos comes in. And Gabby Provenzano also coming in. Flint and Galliar are out.
I think at this point, do you have a conversation with your team to try to find a better way to play around it, not to follow up a foul with a foul? I mean, a conversation could be had from the captain to the rest of the team, or even from the bench as they go over to get a quick hydration break. You see Denise Schulte-Brown in on this huddle. We know she loves her physicality of her group, so she certainly does not want to diminish that. But in terms of the fouls that you just can't get away with, the jersey pulls, a moving screen, as we mentioned, you typically do not see. I mean, take a look at this. That's just, you can't have that on the soccer pitch. And you could see that Carly Jamona tried to throw her hands up, that she didn't do anything, but it was pretty obvious that she was there to throw off the defender on that run.
Pantuso getting tended to. Looks like the right eyelid might have gotten scraped. So Pantuso off the field for the moment. Thousand Oaks, California native, played collegiately at Oregon State. Her prep teammate, Haley Mace, stars for the Shield winners in the NWSL Kansas City Current. Also called up to the U.S. Women's National Team last year in Mace. Pantuso has been well-traveled. France, Finland, Sweden, Brooklyn last year, and now finding a home in the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
Good use of Vaseline on that right eyelid, too, to get the bleeding to stop. That's usually what we see in this league, is you have to come out to try to get the bleeding down, but that is an ugly hit to the right side of her eye. Good that she still has vision. It didn't completely swell.
She'll come back onto the field here momentarily, but for now playing with just 10 for Lexington. Here's a foul. Marcelo makes contact this time around against Weiner. Pantuso jogs back onto the field. All the physicality in the second half has had the flow of this game grind to a halt at times.
Well, you can't say there's not a will to win from both Tampa Bay and Lexington.
Akic skies it across. Barry is there, but we get a foul whistled right in front of her.
I mean, you love the effort you're seeing from these two sides, but just keep it within the bounds of the game.
Brooke Hendricks gets fouled that time around. Well, for Tampa Bay, late game situations have been something that they have stumbled into time and time again. They've given up tying goals in the 83rd minute or later in 3 of their last 4. All told, they've given up 3 stoppage time equalizers this season. So trying to close this one out on a high note as we see a couple changes coming from Lexington. Amber Nguyen and Cassie Rohan coming in. That duo replaces Weinert and Johnson, 2 of the 5 players playing on yellow cards.
To your point, Tampa Bay has had such an emphasis on trying to stay on the front foot at the end of games. Really has been a problem for them to close out matches. Clearly see, we have not seen a drop-off at all in terms of effort, though, from Tampa Bay's side.
Gets that ball out of play. Akic prepares for a throw and now leaves it back as Hannah Schartz joins the fray again. In terms of weaponry in this league, having somebody that can take long throws almost inside of midfield, it feels like, with some of these throws from Schartz. It is such an opportunity for this team to score as she skies this inside of the 18. It skims off of the first head, but falls back into the hands of Schneider.
It's absolutely something these coaches look for in a player profile, because it just adds another element of how dangerous you can be on these throw-ins.
Denise Schulte-Brown even mentioned that as well. Just another layer to the game that they have to practice against. Nasello. McNeil. Gains Ramos. Maintains her balance after nearly stumbling. First-year product out of San Diego State. Wynn had the ball and takes it out of play. Barry threads a needle. Ekic. Barry back with it. Has scored already tonight. Barry blasts! And it just misses wide because it takes a deflection.
That was a much better spell of possession, too, for Lexington in a very back and forth second half. Great adjustment here from the throw-in, being able to counter, connect, and string together 5 or 6 passes. You get it to the player who wants it at her feet in these moments. Catherine Barry, who has already found the back of the net once, will now be receiving the corner kick for those efforts.
Ekic pounds it across. It rattles off of 2. Comes back out. Wynn shoots. Schneider ladles it over the top.
Lexington starting to close the gap and be more dangerous on the attacking end as we are just under now 10 minutes to play in the second half. We see off the corner kick, looking to that back post, the last possible man in the box. It sets them up, though, when you go that far back post. If you lose it, you can usually put it back out to a player to take a strike from range.
Ten minutes to play in this one. Barry scored in the 12th minute. 2 minutes and 24 seconds later, McNeil scored. Lexington first. They've won every game they've scored first this season. Shards in. It skims off of a head. How about Schneider reactionary to get that ball over the top after Barry nearly buried it.
That was an unbelievable throw in terms of the range on that one. She just put a little extra oomph behind it and almost threw it into the back of the net if it weren't for Schneider there. As we take another look at it, look at the air this throw in catches. Gets it to the head of one of the attackers trying to flick it to the back of the net.
Ekic does some rearranging. Lofts. Pantuso heads wide. Will one of these two sides get a winner here tonight, or will each team settle for just a point? Tampa Bay at the bottom of the table. Tampa Bay, the reigning champions, the only team with single-digit points this season. Lexington #1 in the league. Fung is coming out. Shea Moyer is it. And Hannah White coming in as well, and Catherine Barry is done.
And I wonder if and when we will see an Ava Tankersley, who is currently on the bench for Tampa Bay. She's been a real threat at the 9 position, filling in for Tosh Flint. You've got fresh legs on the bench who can really put it away in the attack. She can be dangerous in the air especially, which is honestly what Tampa Bay needs right now, is more of an aerial presence.
Listro, grass in front of the former Canadian star. Nasello maintains balance, resets, lays it back. Listro, pluck. Jamona. Advantage played as Jamona gets herself caught in the corner.
What a great sequence there from Tampa Bay to get it this high up the pitch. They have not spent a lot of time here in the second half.
Parsons taken down in the box, comes back out. Hendricks lays it up top. Long distance shot, rattles a couple bodies, rolls to the sideline and out for a throw.
Great crowd on hand in Tampa Bay. A ton of Gamebridge Super League fans all the way extending out to Humble, Texas as well.
Great town, huh?
Great town.
Some of our biggest fans watching there. Seven of the 11 goals that Tampa have scored this season have come after the 70th minute. They are great at the end of games. Lexington, meanwhile, they have scored 3 times in second half stoppage time. Might we be in for a thrilling finish here this evening?
It is certainly setting up to be that way. So back and forth. We've seen Tampa Bay do a little bit better job, too, of moving the ball up the pitch in terms of playing around those tackle spots that we've seen up the right side. They're getting themselves away from those duels that don't need to happen when you can have quick passes in and around.
Good play by Witt. Keeps it in, touches it across, defended well, and out. Lexington have dominated this game in the shots category. 19-7 shots. They have 37 touches inside of Tampa's box to 6. Schartz again. She almost threw the ball in the net the last time. Schartz storms and unleashes. Gains Ramos. 5 minutes plus stoppage time left. Parsons. McCain and Hendricks duel. Hendricks wins that one. McNeil, the goal scorer. Parsons had it for a moment. Listro gathers. Parsons deep in this pocket. Schartz is over there. Schartz shields. Parsons bumps. Foul whistled against the Sun.
Maddie Parsons in a lot of pain after this contact. Ever since she has entered the match, she has been a difference maker, and it looks like she took an elbow to the side and drew contact on that right foot, trying to walk it off now to see if she can stay in this one. She's been a really great threat on that front line for Tampa Bay. She's exactly what you want sitting at that 9 as well. She can receive the ball, wait for run support around her, and then pass it off, which is what she has been able to do.
Good touch here. Ekic inside of the box, rolls for McCain, just behind her back. Not done yet. Ekic circles. Foul is whistled.
Great pressure being applied up that left side by Amina Ekic, drawing the contact, getting a little bit closer and in a more advantageous spot in terms of an angle instead of the corner kicks that we have seen at a volume in this second half.
Ekic flies it across. Schneider punches. Bourgeois chips. Schneider late to get there. And that ball directs out of play.
What a great touch there to the back post from Bourgeois. Look at the touch she puts on it. Just enough of a bend to check the ball up. gives her an opportunity, and Taylor Ulmer to catch the end of it, but Sydney Schneider is there to cut it off.
Tampa Bay use a change. It's Jordan Zaid coming in. Carly Jamona is done. A little bit of extra speed in the wide channels. Maddie Parsons will now move to the middle of the park. 89th minute. Goals at 1 apiece happened 2.5 minutes apart in the opening quarter hour of this game.
If you're Lexington, you don't want to let this one go away on the road. They have been threatening at will against Sydney Schneider, who has done a great job defending her box. Can Lexington put one away, or is it going to be Tampa Bay who finishes this one out on top? It's going to be a mistake that has to be made because Lexington has been so great defensively.
Here comes Wynn. Wynn springs McCain. McCain heavy on the touch. Schneider sprawls out and gobbles it up.
Welcome back, Sydney Schneider. Missing last time out. A welcome sight in the net for Tampa Bay. Really good judgment, too, as she sees that touch off the foot of Addie McCain. Is just a bit too forward, decides to go, and is there for the save.
Lexington still full speed ahead. A tug of the jersey this time. A foul as well. And Bissett.
We might be out of yellow cards at some point. Speaks to the level of physicality we have seen from these two sides. Tampa Bay trying to climb the table, but can't have that from behind. You see the pull of the arm as Shea Moyer flies down.
4 minutes of stoppage time in the second half. Lexington have scored twice in the opening minute of second half stoppage time and the 97th minute. Ekic flares. Corner kick. Ekic sets it up. Looking for a late winner here on the road. Ekic, slingshots, back post, headed to the ground by Pantuso. Moyer's shot is blocked. Second chance, misses wide.
Moyer, you got to put some oomph behind it next time. That was a great opportunity for Lexington. She was able to be in a position to put a strike on the ball. Maybe caught on that back foot a little bit. Sometimes it's awkward on the delivery when the ball is bouncing around, but you saw she had the opportunity with that left foot. If she just has a little bit more power behind it, it can find the back of the net.
This is the story of Tampa Bay's season so far. Staring down the barrel at a 7th draw in their 11th game of the season. The reigning champions on their home field looking for a victory.
You have to give credit to what they've done defensively. They have spent so much time defending Lexington, whether it's on a set piece or through the run of play in this second half, and have kept everything out of their back of the net. It's been relentless pressure from Lexington on the attacking side.
The heat map is scintillating on that end of the field this evening for Lexington's attack, but they have just the one goal to show for it. We've seen Schartz throw the ball inside of the box. This might be her longest stride yet, however. I don't know, does that count as getting it into the box? It's taken over, cross comes in, past Schneider from White. It stays in play along this sideline. McNeil brings it up the field in the final minute plus. McNeil inside of the pressure, gets it up the field. And Tuso wants the ball. It's up in the bleachers. He's still asking for one. Now finally gets it.
There's going to be a couple of players walking away with bumps and bruises. You see Pantuso with the cut eyelid above her right eye there. Such a physical match.
Shards, another good strong throw. Boyer flies, McCain. McNeil takes no chances. Ekic hunts, pluck, falls to the ground. Ekic has it, cuts back, pluck, the slide tackle. It is a foul. Tampa Bay not happy, and one final chance for a winner tonight for Lexington.
Once again, Amina Ekic just so tactical and clinical here on this left side, recognizing that the defender is trying to pull her down with her, and she just lets pluck go to the ground there, wins it back, knows the foul is coming, takes the foul, and now is in another good position.
Ekic will do her research here. Has choices, and this very well might be the last moment of the match. Lexington have won 3 straight, looking for a late winner. Ekic chips, but we get a whistle first and foremost before that ball actually goes in. Danielle Chesky was not ready for it as Ekic hit it, so she gets a second go at it.
I'd say that's a gift.
Yeah.
Getting another opportunity now, as that one was well defended.
Ekic tries to buy herself a little bit of space. Now brings it back out.
Nothing wrong with that.
Let's see what she chooses here. She has Win up top. Ekic, low lining drive across. Bounce down. McCain has it for a moment. Picked back up. Bourgeois. She goes down in the box. Full-time whistle blows. Unbeaten streaks intact here in Tampa. 7 straight for the Sun. And a league record-breaking 12th in a row for Lexington. 1 goal apiece here tonight. What a performance this was. 12 straight unbeaten, dating back to last year for Lexington. 11 in a row to begin this year.
All love from that side for the head coaches, but if you're Lexington, you have to feel like you left one out there. They had so many chances, 20 shots in this match. But what a job by Tampa Bay to close things down defensively and hold on, and you take the #1 team currently in this league to the ropes and walk out with a tie.
The league's leading goal scoring group, Lexington, limited to just 1 goal here tonight. It came in the 12th minute. McNeil tied it in the 14th minute, and the full-time score shows Tampa Bay 1, Lexington 1. We'll step out for a break, recap our night here in the Sunshine State.
The Sun series. Flow into the evening at the Tampa Bay Sun FC Training Center and experience Pilates with the players. Visit TampaBaySunFC.com to reserve your spot today.
Hey fans, we will be announcing the amount that Suncoast Credit Union will be donating to the Blake High School Alumni Athletic Booster Club, so stay tuned for that announcement.
All corner kicks by your Tampa Bay Sun are powered by the Baldwin Group, and tonight we witnessed 2. Thanks again to the Baldwin Group for their support of the Tampa Bay Sun. Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa is the proud entertainment partner of the Tampa Bay Sun. Anyone can win at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa.
Fans, make sure you tune in to Peacock to catch all of your Gamebridge Super League games. Our next home match will be right here at Suncoast Credit Union Field on December 6th for Holiday in the Sun Night, presented by Tampa General Hospital as we take on Sporting Jacks. Kickoff is at 7:30. You know we're going to have a pregame party and a big beer garden will be hopping, so get those tickets at TampaBaySunFC.com. Can't wait to see you there.
And Sun Nation, your Tampa Bay Sun tallied 3 shots on goal in tonight's match, which means Suncoast Credit Union will be donating $600 to Blake High School's Alumni Athletic Booster Club. Sun.
All right. If you or your group book the penalty kick experience, please make your way to the flagpole near the Pirate Water Taxi entrance. And we thank you for joining us here tonight.
The points are split here tonight in Tampa Bay, 1 apiece. Likewise with the goal, but Tampa Bay's unbeaten run extends to 7 straight. It's 12 in a row now for Lexington, dating back to last season. Michael and Brooke back with you as we tie a bow on our coverage tonight. And how about in the 12th minute, corner kick, set pieces, set up Catherine Berry.
We knew Lexington was going to be dangerous on set pieces. Well, how about early in this match? Catherine Berry with power on that strike, sending it to the back of the net. No goalkeeper would have ease with that one.
2.5 minutes later, though, how about this rebuttal? Pluck wins the race, crosses, McNeil finishes.
A great response from McNeil. You see where her eyes are, redirecting the ball, and really the goalkeeper should not have left the back post open there, just a bit late on the sprint over, and there has been so many saves from Sydney Schneider tonight. 17 shots inside the box for Lexington. Welcome back, Sydney Schneider. Was not in the match last time out. Boy, did they need her tonight.
He made a couple strong saves in the final 10 minutes of this game, including on a throw as well. 22-7 shot attempts. In the end, sturdy defensive look for Tampa Bay. And if you're Lexington, this is one where you feel like you should have gotten 3 points.
You have circled shots on target about 10 times if you are the Lexington bench, wondering, how do we clean this number up? How do we make the shot selection a little bit better? I will say, when it's a lot of these shots are coming off of corner kicks, it is so hard to be able to put one on target. A lot of balls bouncing around the box, but a great effort from both sides tonight. And a physical match at that.
A physical matchup here as well this evening. Tampa Bay unbeaten in 7 in a row. It's a league record-breaking 12 consecutive unbeaten for Lexington. 1 goal apiece here tonight for my partner Brooke Kirchhoffer and the rest of our team. I'm Michael Watring, signing off here from Tampa Bay. Good night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.